Hi, I hope you're having a great day. In this lecture, we will look at the Pinot Data Explorer. In a previous lecture, we set up all the components of Pinot in your local. Pinot also provides a user interface which it exposes in port 9000. Let us open this user interface now. This is the Pinot Data Explorer. The first thing that you see here is the cluster manager. Within that, you can see multiple components. Let's look at them one by one. The first component you see here is the tenant. Let's click on this. So by default, a default tenant is always present. And within this tenant, we can see a broker and a server. When we started the broker and server, we did not give any explicit tenant. That is the reason both of them automatically got allocated to the default tenant. The next component that you see is the controller. Here you can see the host of the controller as well as the port of the controller. Another thing that you see is this tag list, which is basically saying that this component is a controller. This IP address would be different in your case, since your machine would have a completely different IP address. Let's go back. The next component is a server. Let's open that. Here again, we can see the host of the server, we can see the port of the server, and we also see a tag list. Again, when we created the server, we didn't say whether this is an offline server or a real-time server. So by default, this server has been allocated to both. Also by default, this server has been allocated to the default tenant. Let's go back. The next component is a broker. Again here, we can see the broker host, we can see the broker port, as well as we can see the tenant, which is allocated to the broker. Let's go back. Another thing you can see is that all of these components have one instances. So in a production system, you would probably have multiple servers and multiple brokers, even multiple controllers. So this number would be different in a production system. Another thing that you can see here is this tables. Let me click on that. Currently, we don't have any tables which are created. In the future lectures, we'll actually be creating the tables. So let me cover a tables concept at that point in time. The next component that you see is the query console. Now here again, since we don't have any table, you don't see anything here. But once tables are created, that tables would appear here. And in this SQL editor, we can actually type queries and the results will be displayed below. The next component that we have is the Zookeeper browser. As I already mentioned earlier, Zookeeper is where the metadata is stored. So let's look at some of this metadata which is present in Zookeeper. Let's open this Pinot cluster. Within that, we have this configs. In configs, let's open this cluster. So here we can see there is something known as Pinot cluster. Basically, this is telling the name of the cluster as well as some config which is set by default for the cluster. Let me close this. The next thing that we look at is this participant. Here again, we have three participants here. One is the broker. This is the exact same config which we saw in the previous screen. Basically, that data is actually stored in Zookeeper. The next component is a controller. Again, this is the exact same value which is present in the previous screen. The same holds good for the server as well. The same data was present in the previous screen. The next thing that we'll see here is the controller. Within this controller, there is this option known as leader. Currently, we have only one controller. That is the reason that controller itself is the leader. But if we had more than one controller, only one of them would be chosen as the leader. The next thing that we look at is this instances. Here we have multiple components again. The thing is, for each of these components, here we can even look at the history of the component. In case the component went down and later came back up, we can see the details over here. The final thing that is present in the Pinot Data Explorer is the Swagger REST API. Let us click on that. So you can see that a lot of APIs are displayed over here. So Pinot provides a large number of REST APIs which we can work with. So let's just look at some of these APIs to see what exactly they do. The first API you see here is this brokers, which will basically tell you all the brokers which are present in the system. It will also tell you the tenants and the table to the broker mapping. Now, another thing that you see here is the cluster. Here you can get the cluster details. Here we have something known as table. Using the APIs here, we can basically create tables as well as you can do some other operations on the table. Then you have this schema APIs. You can do CRUD operations on schema using this. Then you have segments. And you have a lot of other APIs as well. In the future lectures, we'll actually be working with these APIs mainly when we deal with the real-time ingestion as well as the batch ingestion. So at that point in time, we'll get a better idea of what all of these APIs do. I hope that this lecture gave you a good idea of what is there in the Pinot Data Explorer, as well as you got a good idea about the various APIs which are provided by Pinot. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.